This is Mucka Jay here, live from Rock City in Nottingham, and we've just witnessed an absolutely amazing gig. Steel Panther, and supporting them, of course, the awesome Falling Red, a TBFM favourite. I'm here with Dave and Dan from Falling Red, and I'm just going to ask you a few questions. But first of all, hello guys, how you doing?
Hi man, how you doing?
Fucking awesome after that. Absolutely buzzing.
Okay, right, the obvious questions, right, this is the first night of a 9-gig tour, 6 dates already sold out in advance, probably more now. 7 dates sold out in advance. We were here to witness the first night, and the first time many thousands of fans have heard Falling Red. What do you think the reaction was tonight to those who came to see Steel Panther? Probably never heard of you guys. I know we were in the queue outside and people were talking to us about, so who's this band? What do you think the reaction was like tonight?
Well, I mean, as soon as it all went quiet and they hit the intro, people were cheering straight away. We got a great reaction all the way through, and since we came off and people coming up to us, just absolutely blown away by the set, telling us that they didn't know who we were before, but buying albums and T-shirts and all sorts. It's been crazy.
And yourself?
Just awesome, man. I mean, like, we haven't heard a bad word after we got off stage. Everyone who came up to us after the show just kind of said, you know, we hadn't heard of you before, but they want to go and check us out online, and they want to know all about us now. There's a lot of people I don't think they knew that we were going to be on this bill in the first place, so I think we've won a lot of new people over tonight. Hopefully we can do for the rest of the tour.
So, how the hell did you get this tour? Is there a little bit you can tell us about this? I mean, a lot of bands these days handpick who they want to tour with them. Steel Panther, yourselves, a very, very similar style on stage. You look very similar and you do something very similar, although yours is slightly more serious. How did you get the gig?
Basically, Steel Panther toured in March this year and announced this tour straight off the back of it. So Raz, our manager, he got in touch with them straight away and said, put us forward for the support. We didn't hear anything at all. We then managed to get a CD to their manager. He loved it, played it to the band. All the band loved the album and the EP. And again, heard nothing for about 4 months after them getting the CD, apart from the fact they liked it. Then we were driving to practice. This is over like a 6-month period, and we were driving to practice one night, and Raz rings us and goes, "I've just had their manager on the phone. They love it. They want you." So we've pretty much been handpicked over all the bands that were in for it to get this tour, and well, this is just the first night, and hopefully the start of an absolutely awesome couple of weeks.
I mean, we sort of remember missing you at Hard Rock Hell last year, which was probably at the time one of your biggest gigs of the year, on stage 3. We got there a little bit late. Then again, but we did see you, but at the same venue, Imma Fest in March this year. Stage 2, you went from stage 3 to stage 2, and I thought, yes, this is a band on the up. And you were on stage possibly at the same time as Paradise Lost?
Anthrax.
Was it Anthrax?
With Anthrax, yeah.
But you still had one hell of a crowd.
We did. Well, we were really surprised by that, because obviously Anthrax, probably one of the biggest bands to ever play Imma Fest, and we got shook.
There was a lot of people who came over to watch us. People who actually went with the intention of watching Anthrax, but they thought, you know what, I've seen Anthrax before, fuck it, I'll go and see Falling Red. That was pretty cool, to be honest. I was
really happy with the size of the crowd that came in, and like gradually towards the end, obviously people were doing the whole, well, we'll watch some of Anthrax, we'll watch some of Falling Red. So by like halfway through the set, it was really starting to fill up in there. We got a really good reaction off the back of it.
I do remember that, because I was right at the front of the stage with Stevie Rocks and Katie Rocks, and all of a sudden I looked behind me and thought, holy shit! It's like, hang on, Anthrax are on. I'm here to see an awesome band that I wanted to see. I can see Anthrax anytime. So the year's gone on. You've carried on. You've plodded along. You've gone through all these small gigs this year. Then all of a sudden, wham bam, you're on a 9-gig, 7 sold out tour with an absolute amazing band. What do you think of their set tonight? Did they sort of blow you out of the water a little bit?
I mean, I've seen their set. Well, not this particular set, but I've seen them, you know, half a dozen times myself. And me personally, I'm a big fan of them. And I managed to catch a bit of their set tonight. And it's just, you know, you always know what you're going to get with Steel Panther. And they're just like, they come out and they have fun, and they just win everyone over just by being who they are, and everyone knows what they're like. Everyone who comes to watch Steel Panther knows what type of show they're going to get. And you know, it's no different every time they play. You know, they just put on such a show, and everyone's just happy and has a good time. That's what they're all about.
But they live it off stage as well. I mean, from the moment we arrived and all the guys came up to us, what you see on stage is what you get backstage. That is them. You know, as tongue-in-cheek as it is, they're all fucking awesome musicians. They write great songs. You know, it's funny, but it's well done.
They're great
and
guys
that's
as well.
They are. They're just sitting talking to them backstage and sort of sitting eating with them and drinking with them. They're great guys, and that is who they are. What you see on stage is Steel Panther.
So, is this going to, going on this tour with them, do you think this is going to help Falling Red for the future in, not just, obviously, it's going to give you a little bit more fame, it's going to give you a bit more knowledge, the public, a bit more knowledge of who you are, but in yourselves, are you going to take something from Steel Panther and try and put it into your next album, which I am sure is coming next year?
Yeah, well, the new single came out today for digital release on Amazon and iTunes and Play and
brilliant.
All them sort of online places. But we've got 4 songs recorded towards the new album. It'll be out next year. So it's yet to be titled, and we're just basically in the studio writing. Obviously, a lot of that went on the back burner to rehearse for this and put a set together and get it tight. And obviously, with me being sick, I didn't get a chance to sort of play for 3 weeks leading up to it. So literally, the last 5 days is the first time we've been able to play together and sort of get ourselves in gear. But I mean, there's always things you can pick up from it. I mean, just the way they move on stage and everything. You know, like you say, we are a lot more serious than them, but we still are the party band, and we aim to have a good time, and everyone having fun with us the whole time.
They're professional guys, though, as well. We you know, watching them, we can learn a lot from them. You know, in terms of how they go about everything and how professional they are, and how, you know, just the way they do it, the whole stage thing. And I think we're definitely going to learn a lot from them in terms of, like, you know, planning a stage show and stuff like that. I think definitely, you know, the production behind them and everything, we've got a lot to pick up on from that. I think you'd agree, Dave.
Me personally, I would see yourselves as Steel Panther in 5 years' time. I could see you putting on a show like that in about 5 years' time. You've got the confidence on stage, you've got the adrenaline on stage, you do have the movements and everything like that. Yeah. They just have such suaveness on stage, and they just know the crowd just adores them.
What we've got to do is get a label behind us and some money behind us, and that's when things start to happen. You know, it's hard for a band at our level. You know, trying to put a show together of that magnitude just isn't going to happen because of the funding and the finance you need to do a stage show like that. And I mean, sitting where we're sitting right now, I mean, there's like 10-15 folk on stage and loading out, helping them. There's 4 of us with 2 stage techs loading a van, and they've got 3 rigs out, 3 vans and 3 trucks and 3 buses parked out there for their stage show. So.
It is incredible, but what you're going to get from this is going to help you, it's going to bring you forward. Guys, I know there's one more person that you've missed tonight who should have been down the front stripping off.
Right.
So have you got a message for a certain Mr. Rocks?
Stevie, we have missed you tonight. You are the life and soul of the party, and you entertain us from the stage. We wish you were here. We wish you were at any of the gigs, but if not, you'll hear all about it, and we'll see you soon, man.
Peace out.
Thanks very much, guys.